we will be doing this simple smoky eye for hooded eyes. So if ever you want to know how I created this smoky eye, and if you want to know how to create your own smoky eye in depth, step by step for your hooded eyes, then continue watching. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified every time that I post a video. So let's get into it right away. Hello beauties! So as you can see, my base is already done. I did it off camera, and of course this upload is going to be a little bit later because there was a lot of noise and I didn't want you to not be able to understand what I was saying. So that's what it is. And today I think we will do a simple smoky eye to really pair it with this natural type of look on my face. So I think it's going to be very, very pretty. And of course the palette that we will go into is the 35H Hotspot palette, with which I didn't go into in a while, so I think that it would be fitting to go back into that palette and do a smoky eye with the neutrals that are here. And of course we're gonna go into these browns in this row right here, and we will go into this dark shade as well. So every time I'm gonna be changing color, I'm gonna be telling you. But first, before we start the eye look in any way, I will be applying some Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer, because it's important to prime the lid if you want your makeup look to really stick on and to stay on all day. Alright, so we will go straight into the Anastasia little eye primer, and of course I'm just putting it straight onto my eye, and I'm not gonna put a lot because last time I put a lot on and it is really full coverage, which if you want to see this was my review on it. It's gonna be listed down below so you can go check out the video. And of course we don't want to put it everywhere because I already have my base done, so we're just gonna put a light thin layer. And then I have my new mirror I bought at Dollar Tree just because my other mirror was really broken, and it's not the best mirror honestly, just because I feel like there's a rounded type of feeling to it, and I think I put too much on this side. Oops. Alright, so the base is done, and now we will jump right into the Morphe 35H Hotspot palette. And of course we will start with the shade Shady Behavior right away. This is a cool tone beige, which is very pretty. And then we will put it in the crease and then blend it properly into the crease. And then we bring it up, to the brow, and then we go into the crease because we want to lift the eye, so creating that nice shape by lifting the eye. So we bring it here on the side, and then we lift it right here, and then we bring it upwards as well, so it opens up our eye. Already you can see that my eye looks more open and my eyes are less hooded, which is what we're aiming for. Then we go to the other eye and we repeat these steps. Alright, so now that this shade is laid, now we will take another shade which is a little bit darker than this one. And of course these are more warm tones than cool tones. So we will go into the shade which is called Caffeine Buzz, which is the shade right under it. And it's a nice cappuccino shade, which is very pretty. And of course we are taking this same brush, and then we'll just put it on the crease just like this, and continuing the shape that we had and just blending it into the color that we already had. And I think that this shade is very pretty. It looks amazing on me. So it's gonna deepen the shape that we already put, and it's gonna lift up the eye. And of course you want to always tap off the excess. Let's go to the other eye, start the blending process, which both my eyes are not the same, so you might see a difference between them when I do the eye. And this will be more of a light smoky eye, just because we don't want this to be too much. And since I have pale skin, I do have to be careful with the colors that I apply. Alrighty, so this shade is placed. Now we will go to another shade which will be way darker than this one, and that will really accentuate everything. And we want to be more precise, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be changing my brush for a more precise blending brush. And the shade that we will go into is the shade Rally Time, which is that nice chocolate brown shade. Tapping off the excess as always, and then we will go more into the crease and then creating the shape that we want. I always start with that eye just because I feel like the bone is better structured than the other side, so then I can copy this side on the other side. So let's start applying. This one has more like red undertones when you apply it on the eye, so it looks pretty good, but you do have to blend it very carefully because it does leave like a patch on the eye. And as you can see, my brown smoky eye is getting into place, which is very, very nice. It really lifts my eye. And of course, this is one of the shades that we will take. There's more shades that we will take after. And I'm not going to do any cut crease or anything. This is more of like a simple brown smoky eye, which is gonna really accentuate the color into my eyes. So there's red shades which will make my green blue eyes pop. So that's one thing that you want to do, is choose carefully your undertones and then to really enhance the eyes that you have already. So we'll jump to the next eye and we will start blending and making sure that both sides are equal. So you just look straight up into the mirror and you look if both eyes are the same or they are not. So, of course, I didn't put any highlight on my face because I wanted to wait for this to be finished. I wanted to finish the eyes first and then bring it there. So as you can see, I'm just opening up my eyes and then I just decide to blend. Then I open back. I look up into the mirror and into a triangular shape, as you can see. So it really lifts my eyes up. And both my eyes are different. So of course, they're gonna look different when I apply them on my eyes. And then after that, what you can do is you can always clean it up with concealer if you need to, or you just bring it down with the shades after you're finished. So I'm just checking if there's any fallout. There's not any fallout, so that's good. And then now I'm gonna intensify the brown and then add more brown into the crease and on the outer corner of my eyes. So I'm doing that for both sides and blending it in the rest. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the same brush and we will go into a shade which is brown but more on the grayer side, which will be extremely good with these cool undertones for my eyes. And this shade is called All Night Long. So let's check it out. And if you have a harder time with these shades, what you can do is you can take a smaller brush than this. I just think I'm going to use the same brush and then go very, very low on the crease. So under the crease, I'm going to be putting that shade and then I will be blending it upwards. So I'm putting it where I want it to. So I'm not really taking off all of the excess. And then I'm just packing it on and then blending it into the brown shade that we already placed. And very, very slightly and precisely. So it can lift up my eye. And then follow the shape that I already have. And if you don't have enough, you can always add a little bit more and then you can tap off the excess, pack it a little bit where you want, and then you blend the rest. And then I take the other side of the brush where there's some brown and then I apply it very lightly here. You can always go back and forth with the brown and go back, you know, because sometimes you put a little bit too much of the dark shade and you're like, oh no, it's not blended properly. So you can always go back with these shades. I noticed with this palette is that the shades blend kind of nice, but you do have to work more on the blending because there is some patchiness into it. So again, my eye is a little bit smoky and then we leave that space to put a lighter shade when we get there. So I'm gonna jump right into the other eye and we will start blending like this. Sometimes you can do this instead of packing and blending, you just tap off the excess and then you start blending right away. And we intensify the outer corner of the eye by packing the shade. It's still a smoky eye. It needs to be very, very smoky. I think I'm going to change brush because I want this application to be very precise. A little tiny fluffy brush, then you can very much blend this as well. So you can take one brush to pack and then the other brush you can always... Alright, so this smoky eye is coming along. It's very pretty. I like it. But then I have to take back this brush and then blend the edges just because we don't want anything to be not blended. Then one trick I can give you, if you have hooded eyes like me, you bring that dark shade a little bit higher than your crease. The dark shades, I bring it like this, so it really contours my eyes and it makes it look bigger in a way. So we take back that little tiny brush that we have and we just blend everything together. And if it's too dark for you, you can always go back with the other shade that you used earlier and then to clean up what you did. So this looks very good. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take back the shade Siesta, which is, well, I didn't take it yet, so I'm gonna be taking that shade Siesta and put it on my eyelid because it is matte and it is very light. And you will pack that shade onto the lid where you want the light to come. So of course, I'm just packing it like this into a round shape. And it's just gonna create like a nice open eye, and you bring it into the other shade and then you can blend everything. Kind of looks crazy a little bit, but that's totally normal. So I'm gonna take back the brush that I used to blend the dark shade, and we're just gonna blend the edges here very softly. The side. You can always go back and forth with these shades at all times. And then we're gonna go into another palette because I want this shimmer shade to be very nice. So I'm gonna go into the Mini Controversy palette and take the shade My Boyfriend's Purse because it has cool undertones and I think it's gonna be very pretty on the eye. If not, we'll just put with something else. Taking the same brush that we use with the matte color, then I'm gonna be applying just a little bit onto our eye. Then take back the brush and we blend off the edges again. So this looks very, very good. It is something very neutral. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to be doing my lower lash line, and we're not going to be going into something too dark. Of course, I'm going to be using the same shades, but we're going to go from this kind of brown orangey color to the dark color right here. So let me take another brush with the shade Caffeine Buzz because it is the shade that we used. So this one right here. Then we'll go into this one and then we'll go into this one again. The lightest shade, put it under. Then Caffeine Buzz. And taking the same shades under will really unify the look, and that's what one thing that we are going after is the look has to be unified and very pretty. As you can see, it is coming together. Of course, there's a line here that I need to blend, but that's gonna come together when I place the other shades. Then taking the shade Rally Time, which is that dark chocolate brown, and then bringing it where it's supposed to go. So right in the outer corner to the middle of the eye. Is one trick if you don't want anything to look too ashy or unblended. You take a light shade which is similar to your skin tone and you just blend everything together. So even under the brow bone here, making sure that everything is properly blended. And then that is a nice little smoky eye, so you look up close if there's anything you don't like. Thing I like to do is to go back in the inner corner and to intensify that dark shade because I think sometimes it's not dark enough. We just have to concentrate it here on the outer corner, and then you can take another brush and then blend it because smoky eye needs to be smoky. And then now when your final touches are done, you can put some mascara. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna be just applying a little bit because I want to put false lashes. Of course, with a big smoky eye like that, you want to have something more muted. So I'm gonna go straight into the Milk Makeup Kush mascara because it's not too big. And of course, the smoky eye isn't finished when we don't put black liner in the waterline. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this Marcel pencil, put it in the waterline and bring it in the inner corner to really elongate my eye. This adds like a nice grungy look, and then you want to go up on the side here under the eye. You want to bring it in the inner corner as well. Like this, bring it inside, it really elongate the eye, and then you can just bring this one a little bit out. just like that. And then after that, I'm gonna be putting some false lashes. So I'm gonna be applying the Ferrera Beauty lashes on top of my lashes to make my eyes look really, really bigger. And then after that, we'll put some highlight all over the face and in the inner corner. And I'll show you how, even with that black little liner in the inner corner. So let's do this right now. And of course, after when you put these lashes, you want to put some black liner because it's not connected, and the black liner really is gonna make everything link together. So I'm just gonna go put my other lashes, and then after that, I'll put the black liner again, because as you can see, it is not connected. So I added some black liner back, so now you can see that the lashes are really unified and everything looks very pretty and smoky. So, oh. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be applying some highlight to my face, and of course I'm gonna be going into the Jaclyn Hill highlighter because it is kind of like more of a neutral tone than any other highlighter that I have. And I am so sorry about the dirty packaging. This is kind of really embarrassing. All right, so I have my two brushes. I have a little tiny paintbrush for under the brow bone, and I have this one for the face. So let's go apply this. Go into this little brush right here, and my face is cut, I'm sorry. Under the brow bone. And one brow is higher than the other, so of course I have more brow space under this. It's just because I want the eyes to be kind of equal, so I can't really do much about it. And the black liner. Then it makes the eye a little bit more open, as you can see here versus here. It adds some light to our face. And then we put it also under the liner. Under the liner, so it connects with it on this side. All right, so this is smoky eye is finished. It is very, very pretty. I'm just gonna put back my brushes, and then we'll put some gloss on top, because I feel like this is really matte and I want some shine on my lips. Alrighty, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take the Fenty Beauty Gloss in the shade Hot Chocolate, and since it is a dark look, I really want this dark look to come together, so I'm gonna be taking that shade Hot Chocolate, which I think is very pretty. Next to my eye look, it looks more red than anything else, but on the lips it does look very, very different. And if you have any questions about the product that I use, everything will be listed down below, because I did my face off camera, so this is another stuff. But let's apply the final touch, and then we will set the face and everything will look perfect. The shade on top of the MAC shade Reverence is so pretty. OMG. Right, so I'm gonna be finishing off my face with a setting spray, which is from Morphe. And then I take my mirror as a fan. Alright, so this is my simple smoky eye look. What do you think? Tell me down below. Do you like the lip gloss that I paired with it? Do you like anything that I paired with it? Do you think this is a good thing? Do you think it fits for hooded eyes? Because it is a different techniques with hooded eyes. As you can see, I try to make it work with hooded eyes, and it looks absolutely smoky and beautiful. So, to my opinion. So you can tell me down below what you think. So that's what it is. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment down below, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to see more of those awesome videos. So I post 5 videos a week, Monday through Friday, and if you don't want to miss any videos, again, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified every single time that I post a video, even when I do lives. So I really love you, beauties, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, beauties.